And now to some big news in California. Today, Governor Gavin Newsom signed Bill SB 206 that will allow college athletes to be paid for their use of their names, likeness, and images effective January 1, 2023. The Fair Pay to Play Act will make it illegal for California universities to revoke a student-athlete's scholarship or eligibility for earning money. Notable athletes like LeBron James and Draymond Green have supported the bill, while California schools and the NCAA have opposed it because it would make it impossible for schools to follow the NCAA's amateurism rules. Here's Governor Newsom's signing of the bill on LeBron's uninterrupted show, The Shop.
You also got a call from Mark Emmerick. I don't think he was congratulating you. What was your call?
He's trying to make sure I don't use this pen tonight. That's what he's trying to do. I mean, look, they're a little panicked because they recognize they're vulnerable. People are hitting this, not just in California, but all across the country because the gig's up.
This is the #1 reason why we've created this platform. To be able to have moments like this where we got the governor of California signing a bill to allow athletes in college.
Let's do it, man. All right.
Great editing there. The NCAA issued the following statement today, saying in part, this new law already is creating confusion for current and future student athletes, coaches, administrators, and campuses, and not just in California. As more states consider their own specific legislation related to this topic, it is clear that a patchwork of different laws from different states will make unattainable the goal of providing a fair and level playing field for 1,100 campuses and nearly 500,000 student athletes nationwide. Here's some tweets. Here's from our own Rachel Nichols, who responded on Twitter with, gee, if only there was an easy way for the NCAA to create a, quote, level playing field it says it wants here. Oh, wait, I know. It could allow all student athletes to make money off their own likenesses, just like all the other non-athlete classmates already can. Here's another tweet, this one from LeBron, quote, facts. We ain't trying to hear that. Hashtag time for change. South Carolina and New York have proposed a similar bill, and a lawmaker in Florida is planning on bringing similar legislation soon. So, Chiney, is this something, nothing, or everything?
This is everything, absolutely everything. And this is from my experience as being a student athlete myself at Stanford University, where, in my opinion, my degree has the most compensation, or one of the most compensations, going to Stanford. Because a lot of times they tell you, hey, you know, you should not really settle for getting paid or take that pathway because the degree and the scholarship is compensation enough. So that's why I always preface it with that. But this is everything, because in practice, I know it can be a little bit complicated trying to find the nuances in making this work. But in principle, this is a moral issue, in my opinion. It's absolutely correct to put the athletes to have an ability to get compensation based on their own likeness. And that's because what athletes are doing is work. It's tremendous work. I know you see all the glitz and the glamour and all the Friday night lights and all that type of stuff that comes with playing sports at a high level and also being afforded the platform of being a collegiate student athlete, but it is work. And I don't know if you understand it until you go through it, like waking up at 6 a.m., going to weights, then going from there, basically minimal meals, going to class. Then from class, you're going to tutoring, and then tutoring to practice. Practice is 4 to 5 hours a day, whether it's, you know, maintaining recovery or even actually practicing on the court or video sessions. And then after that, you have homework and more class, and then go to sleep and then rinse, recycle, repeat, you know, whatever that hair routine is. So in my opinion, this is absolutely the right thing to do. Now, I know in practice it's going to be difficult to find a system that really works, but this is the moral discussion. Should student athletes get paid? They are doing work. They absolutely should.
This is everything, and it's very interesting. This is how California functions legislatively, and we've seen it with fuel economy standards. Because California is so big and it is so powerful, an eighth of the country is here, it leverages that power and says, look, we're going to set a standard for industry, and they have to conform to it, because if you want to have the California market, like if you're a car company and California says you have to have this fuel economy standard, car companies say, well, I guess we want to be able to sell cars in California. And the NCAA, look, California has, you know, pretty much is like the Pac-12, it's Pac-10 or Pac-12?
Pac-12.
Pac-12.
All right,
There's 12
I'm
now.
old.
Yes.
Okay.
Back to Pac.
So, you know, and look, and if you start cobbling together, California, imagine Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, South Carolina. New York.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, what it does is it forces the NCAA's hand. It's very interesting to watch this strategically. It's sort of California doing what it does in other areas of policy, which is, look, the feds are just so far behind where a sensible person should be. Let's set the standard. We will make the law. Everyone else will follow. And there's going to be a game of chicken between the NCAA and California. But if other states follow, the NCAA is going to have no choice. From a federalism standpoint, it's going to make no sense for them to try to fight states in their own territory.
I'm with you guys. It is everything. And ultimately, there's a weird argument that's being had, at least it's playing out on social media, where it's like, well, the scholarship should be enough and all the stuff that comes with it, as you pointed out. But here's what I'm saying is these are two separate arguments. A previous argument was that the schools or the conferences or whatever need to pay out of their own coffers. This is an athlete making money off their own image and likeness, which isn't directly coming out of the coffers of the schools or the conferences.
That's another thing. This is not a radical piece of legislation. This is actually not the structural change I think that actually needs to happen. This is a very, let's chip away at the margins.
It's its own honor code because it's based on the athlete's own likeness, not necessarily generalizing that all athletes make the same compensation. So it's its own honor code.
Right.
By the way, it's an interesting media story, too.
Oh, no doubt.
When Gavin Newsom wants to sign or express his preference for this bill, what does he do? He goes on LeBron's show.
Yeah.
Probably because it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, I'm sure. I'd love to be on LeBron's show, wouldn't you? I mean, come on, Janae might be. She may end up being on LeBron's show eventually.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.